What's good, my guys and goddesses? Y'all already know who it is, man. Solar SHANNO, we burning bright today. So I wanted to talk about advice for a little bit. So I was having a conversation with my girlfriend the other day, and she was basically talking about like how a trip she took, it wasn't as good as she thought it would be, and she didn't want to complain about it. It's like, not told her, like, sometimes it's not about complaining about it. You could just be dissatisfied with the experience that you had. There's nothing wrong with, conveying that, expressing that. But I'm thinking to myself, because I had that exact same conversation with her. Like, I didn't want to complain about nothing. Why do I got my stupid of me? Sorry about that, y'all. But then I remembered I was having that exact same conversation with her where I was trying not to complain about something. And she told me there's nothing wrong with expressing or conveying that you're dissatisfied with something. And the point of me saying that is sometimes we don't follow our own advice. And that's the main topic of this video, is just when you don't take your own advice. Now, there's a difference between not taking your own advice and then just sometimes making mistakes, because I have a bad habit of doing that. If you see this entire channel, I just give advice, I feel like my advice, my words could be useful in somebody's life, everyday life. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I don't stay true to everything I say. Example, emotional control. I talk a lot about how we need to have emotional control and not be succumb to whatever emotion that we're feeling. But sometimes I get angry. Sometimes I may not go and meditate when I'm upset. Sometimes bro, I remember I broke the blue headphones that y'all used to see in my old videos. I literally slammed like a couple weeks ago because I was angry. I mess up sometimes. I don't take my own advice. Now, that's different from somebody who's blatantly giving advice, who's blatantly giving you like a perspective, something to help you, something that's supposed to help you, but completely going against their word and not even following their own advice, not being true to their word. Because in that case, their words mean nothing. They're literally not practicing what they preach. There's a complete difference. There's a complete difference. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say you got a bro or a homegirl who gives you relationship advice. Like, they're basically telling you like, no, don't go back to your ex, don't start messing with this person. They're gonna mess up whatever situation you got going on. Like, it's not worth it. They'll tell you that, but then go do the exact same thing they told you not to do. They're not following the advice that they gave you. And that's basically tarnishing their credibility in anything else, any other advice that they have to give. And don't you dare tell me that all coaches don't play. That doesn't apply. An example of making a mistake, and then sometimes we just mess up. I'll give you an example. I'm not a judgmental person. When somebody comes to me with an issue that they may be having, I don't judge them. Like, we all go through things. Why do I keep saying things? We all go through things. We may not act the best that we could be. We may not respond the way that we should. But that doesn't mean that there's still good intent. Like, there's still like something in your heart that wants to do right. I don't judge nobody. Now, I'll sit here and not judge nobody for what they tell me and what they do, but then I'll judge myself for when I mess up, when I do something wrong, when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. I am my biggest judge. Like, I'll judge myself before anybody else. And sometimes I'll judge other people because I judge myself. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm very good at forgiving and not judging, but I'm unable to give myself that exact same, compassion. Forgiving yourself, but I have a hard time doing that. But it's easier to say it from somebody else's perspective, but then having to listen to your own words with a concept or something that may be so instilled in you that it's kind of hard to just do the right thing. It's hard. But as long as you're making progress, as long as you're trying to take your own advice or take the words that should be used, value the words that should be, then okay, that's fair. That brings me to another thing, wisdom. Like, I think one major misconception that people have, especially me in my past, is that wisdom is just knowing a lot of things, knowing everything, just being well experienced. Now, wisdom isn't just having information, but it's also applying that information. Application of information that you've been given. Let's say I'm giving or taking somebody's advice. By getting the information of what somebody told me, the advice that I was given, True wisdom is when I'm applying this information and I'm using it with the information that I already know. So in the example of having an ex, my friend's advice was for me to cut them off. I know this person is not good for me. I know they're toxic. I know as soon as I'll let them back in, they're going to do the exact same thing over and over again because they already have. Now, the only thing I have left to do is just to cut them off. That's wisdom. Having the information, applying it, and using it how you should. Now, in relation to advice, having wisdom isn't knowing exactly what to do, but it's also doing it. It's foresight. So I just wanted to talk about, not taking your own advice. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you really just need to lock in and just listen to yourself. Listen to what other people tell you if you truly feel like it is the right thing to do, if it aligns with whatever values that you hold true, because you can't just take advice from anybody. Shit, if any of the values that I have are not useful in relation to the values that you have, then don't listen to me. It's really up to your own experience, what you feel is truly right, and the results that you get from it. So that's completely up to you. But quick little video. Advice, taking your own advice. I hope y'all learned something from this. I hope y'all got a better perspective on just taking advice and wisdom as well. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give a like, subscribe. This is SHANNO signing off.